Don't slow roll me if you get quad fours, man.
You folded king, king, jack, jack?
What
the fuck?
You
owe me $350. Your money should be in there too.
As usual, the Maniacs are taking the 1-2-5 game and making it play significantly larger. In this hand, the $20 straddle is on. In early position, I pot holding Jack, Jack, 10-6, double suited in spades and diamonds, 275. Behind me, there's a re-raise to 325. The player next to me shoves. I get my stack of 140 in, and the player on my left is all in too.
Who has aces? You have aces.
I do not.
I know you don't have.
Okay, next pot is...
I got double suited jacks
I have kings.
with some
140.
straight cards.
What is it?
140.
You have kings? Oh, you guys are both drawing dead. I got you fucked. I got all the straight draws. I got Jack, Jack, 10-6 double suited.
King 4.
I can't lose.
King 4, how can you win?
Can't lose. All right, just running jacks into aces and kings.
You going twice?
Whatever you guys want.
I cannot go twice.
Yeah, he's only going one time. There we go.
Maybe a flush.
I've managed to run my double suited jacks into not only aces, but kings as well. It's looking pretty bleak. The player with kings only wants to run one board. The flop falls 9-7-5 with 2 hearts. I do not have hearts, but I do pick up a gut shot needing an 8 to make the nut straight. A gut shot's better than a nut shot, bitches. The turn is the 8 of clubs, the prettiest card in the deck, but I still have to fade board pairs and flush cards on the river. And the river is the 3 of spades, a clean out. My opponents turn over ace, ace, king 5, and ace, jack, 9-8, both with 1 suit, and the third player has king, king, 4-4 double suited. Looking at the equities when the money goes in pre-flop, I am in dead last, with just 17% equity 4 ways. Gets even worse when we get to the flop. I drop to just 11% equity. The player with aces has the nut flush draw in the spot, and gets royally screwed, not only losing to my hand, but also losing the side pot against the player who overcalled multiple all-ins with ace, jack, 9-8, and 1 suit. So what I've learned here is that the secret to PLO, which my opponents seem to have already figured out a long time ago, is to get it in really far behind and then just get there. I got the jack 10. I got the nuts. Take the main, take the main. I'm not proud of it, but I'll take it. All right, I'll see you guys later. You guys have a good day. The $10 straddle is on. There's one caller, and in the hijack, I look down at ace, queen, queen 9, suited in hearts to my queen. I make the call. The cutoff calls, the small blind folds, and the big blind can't help himself, raises it to 50. We go 4 ways to a flop, which falls ace, 6 deuce with 2 clubs. The original raiser who's out of position in the big blind checks. Maybe he has pocket kings and he's worried about the ace. I consider a bet, but I opt not to do so, as my hand has showdown value, but it can't really stand a lot of pressure. The turn falls the king of clubs, bringing in the front door flush. Once again, it's checked around, with the river falling the king of diamonds. I proudly turn over my hand, and I take down a decent pot. Ace queen. Alright. Take it down.
Club blocker.
Thank you very much.
Club blocker.
Two players have limped in, and in the cutoff, I look down at 7-6, 5-4, a single suited rundown. This is about the bottom of my range here. I generally don't even like playing hands that go down to the 4, preferring to have the 5 be my lowest card in my rundowns, but I am in later position. I opt to try to see a flop. Now, of course, the button can't help himself, and he makes it 35. 3 players call. I call as well to close the action, and we are going 5 ways to a flop of ace, jack, 4, rainbow. Surprisingly, it's checked around.
Sim sim salabim, motherfuckers.
The turn is the 4 of clubs. When it checks to me, I bet the full pot of 180. Yes, this is a rainbow board, so I don't have to worry about someone drawing out with a flush, but any deuce, 3, 5, 10, queen, or king on the river brings in straights. That's 24 potential cards, almost half the deck. There's also the possibility of an ace or a jack falling on the river, giving someone a higher 3 of a kind, or practically any other card falling that could give someone a 2-outer to a larger, boat or something if they have pocket sixes, let's say. So luckily they all fold. I don't have any tough decisions, and we're going to take another one down. It's an 8-handed double board bomb pot, and under the gun +1, I'm dealt 10, 8, 8, 5, suited in hearts to my 10. The flops come down pretty interesting. 3 kings on the top board, and then king, queen, 7, all hearts on the bottom board. I flopped a full house up top, kings full of 8s, the 6 nuts, and the 3rd nut flush on the bottom. Just enough to potentially get me in trouble. It checks to the player on my right, who bets $30. I make the call, everyone else folds. Before the turn is even out, he is shoving all in for his last 100. The turns come the 5 of diamonds and the 5 of spades. Now in this spot, it's possible he's got the nut flush on the other board. If that's the case, he probably doesn't have a full house on the, other board, so I'm probably good there. Or if he has a higher full house than me, then he probably doesn't have the flush on, the board that I have the flush on. So, it's going to be hard for him to have me beat on both boards, I hope. So I make the call. The rivers come the jack of diamonds and the deuce of clubs. He turns over ace, ace, jack 4, double suited in clubs and spades.
Huh? There's only 2 other flushes that beat me, and I have a full house on the other board, so, I gotta be good on one of them, right? What are the chances I'm getting scooped?
It's about the craziest bomb pot.
One more call.
Thank you.
I know I have the nuts on the top board.
KFG Poker Club, with massive bad beat payouts, poker tournaments with 4, 5, and 6-figure guarantees, and tons of cash games, from micro stakes all the way up to 10-20. Everything from Hold'em to Omaha, 4, 5, and 6 card, high and high-low. Follow the instructions on screen to join today.
Under the gun, I come in for a raise to 15, holding ace, king, jack 7, double suited in hearts and clubs. There's 2 callers, and now the short stack in the big blind pots it, and I repot to isolate him, making it 270 to go. The first caller folds, the other caller goes deep into the tank, but eventually winds up folding, and the short stack shoves all in.
Twice as nice?
Let's go once.
Oh, you only want to go
You
once?
have aces, right? Yeah.
No, I don't have aces.
Then we can go twice.
Okay, we'll go twice. All right.
Yeah, aces I can.
I don't have aces. I have an ace, but...
The first flop comes ace 7, 2, jack 9, giving me top 2 pair. The second run out is 7, deuce, 10, queen 8, which gives him 2 pair. And we chop it up as he shows down king, queen, jack 8, double suited in diamonds and spades. Surprisingly, we both were double suited with 3 Broadway cards and a middle dangler, but both had completely different suits than one another. Looking at the equities, I was 52%, he was 44%, with a 4% chance we tie when the money went in. It's a 9-handed double board bomb pot, and in the cutoff I looked down at jack 10, 10, 9 with 3 clubs. The flops come king, queen, 5, all clubs, and 7, 5, 3 rainbow with a single club. I flopped the second nuts on the top board. I don't have much going on the bottom. When it checks to me with only the button behind to act, I expect I most likely have the best hand with my flush, given there's so many clubs accounted for, and I opt to bet 50 for value.
Respect. I had the straight flush, guys.
Oh yeah. Everybody had the club. Yeah, that everyone knows.
Thank you, sir.
The $10 straddle is on, there's 2 callers, and in the hijack I looked at a queen jack, 10-7 suited in hearts to my jack. I call, the button calls, the small blind folds, the big blind calls, and the straddle just can't help himself, raising it up to 60. The 2 lippers call, I call, the button calls, the big blind calls, and we're going 6 ways to a flop for $60 each.
All right, punish him.
Poker Jesus about to nut all over this bitch.
The flop comes 9-8-6 rainbow, giving me the nut straight with the redraw to the larger straight and backdoor hearts. Just a dream spot. The big blind bets the pot for 360, it folds to me, and it doesn't make much sense for me to just call in this spot given my remaining stack size. I rip it in for my remaining 750. The button folds, and the big blind only runs 1 time.
I always go twice, sir. Whatever you'd like to do. You go 1 time? Okay. It's only going once.
The turn comes the king of diamonds. The river is the 6 of diamonds. He turns over 10-9, 7-5 with 2 clubs, having flopped the same straight as me. Looking at the equities, I'm practically free-rolling my opponent for stacks in this spot. He wins a little over 2% of the time, 53% of the time we chop, but 44% of the time I'm going to scoop him. These are the spots you love to be in, where it's very difficult for your opponent to get more than half, but a decent chunk on the time, you can take it all. Unfortunately, I don't manage to get him this time, but it still felt great to have my opponent in that much trouble. The $10 straddle is on, there's 3 callers, and in the small blind I looked at a king 10, 10-9 suited in clubs to my king. I call, the big blind calls, and the straddle checks his option. We're going 6 ways to a flop.
Don't tell him my cards.
The flop falls ace queen 6 with 2 clubs, giving me the nut flush draw and a gut shot to Broadway. However, I'm out of position against 5 other players, and it's really not a spot where I want to start bloating the pot. I check, and it winds up checked around. The turn falls the ace of spades. Once again, it's checked all the way around.
I work in mysterious ways, bitches.
The river falls the 10 of spades. Generally speaking, having an underfull can be a money-burning hand in pot limit Omaha. However, no one's shown any interest in this pot whatsoever on either the flop or turn. I opt to bet 20. I'm trying to get value out of someone who might only have trip aces but isn't full, or if they have a straight on this paired board. I do luck out picking up one curious customer who made his straight on the river, turning over King Jack 9-5.
10's full. He shows King of Hearts, Jack 9 of Diamonds, 5 of Spades. It was all skill, sir. It was all skill.
Felt good to book a winning session and share it with you guys, and I actually have a couple more that'll be coming up in the near future that are even better than this one, so really excited to share those. We are still looking to move out of Austin, though. I'm not a fan of all these unlimited straddles, match the stack. Games just play too big, despite, when I have winning sessions. So we are on the hunt. Thank everyone who's given their input on, different places to play PLO. We're looking for something that obviously allows me to film. Not all locations do. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But, looking for a place that doesn't have unlimited straddles and match the stack and all that craziness. And this Wednesday at, I think, 2 o'clock Central, I'm going to be going live for my first time. So hopefully it works without a hitch to spin the Wheel of Jeezus and award 4 winners, 1,000 total in chips for the KFG Club, 500 for first, 100 for last. I think it's 250 for second, 150 for third. So excited to give that away. I think, let's see, this is coming out on a Monday, so the qualifying period is already over because it ended the day before. But thank you to everyone who participated. Good luck in the spin and win on Wednesday, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Like and subscribe, bitches.